Well, from what I was understanding when you were talking, is that you were just in Colorado having kind of a reunion. What was that like?
Yes, so it was Maddie's homecoming, and we celebrated that with the United States Air Force Academy, and they were just so hospitable the entire time. We had so many exciting events. We did yoga one morning. We really got to just get to know each other more on a bit of a deeper level than we did Miss America week, because of course we were so busy throughout that week. And so we just got the chance to connect and have a girls' weekend and celebrate Maddie and her homecoming. And we got to watch her crown our new sister, the new Miss Colorado, who was her first runner-up at the state competition.
Well, I mean, what was it like being able to socialize with the other candidates where you weren't competing against each other? There wasn't that crown on the line, as it were. I mean, you know, where now all of a sudden you were kind of in a sisterhood, as if you all experienced the same thing. What was that like?
Right. I think everyone was acting in each other's best interest, even for Miss America's week, and that was something that I said on the red carpet. The question was, what is your biggest takeaway from this week? What do you enjoy most? And I said the sisterhood, and the same is true today, regardless of whether or not we were competing for the crown versus not competing for the crown while we were in Colorado. I think we have a very special bond within our class, and we are very fortunate to have that, and I recognize that. But I think we all definitely got to open up a bit more, and because we weren't so focused on competing and all of the things that come with the competition week, we got to get to know each other on a bit of a deeper level and just spend more time together in a very casual setting, which was very meaningful. And we got to just create new friendships that we couldn't necessarily focus on during that week because of how all over the place our schedules were. So, getting to have brunch with the girls, do yoga, celebrate Maddie at the homecoming gala, and just travel all around Colorado, seeing the United States Air Force Academy. It was just so much fun and a great chance to connect with one another on a deeper level.
Well, let's jet back a lot farther towards, the days right before the competition. What kind of mood were you in packing? Just knowing that, okay, you spent the past couple of weeks, months prepping for this, and then, oh my God, it's really happening.
I honestly was just excited. A lot of people were asking me if I was nervous or anxious or anything like that, and I can wholeheartedly say that I wasn't. I think I was appropriately, had a little bit of stage nerves here and there, but I wasn't nervous to give everything that I have. I was really excited to interview. I was excited to discuss my CSI, the Grace Collective, and share all of the work that I've been doing all year with the judges and share my heart with the audience, because truly, as much as you're performing for the judges, you really should be performing for the audience as a whole and everyone watching at home, so that you can impact lives in a much deeper way. So that was my purpose, and I do feel that I succeeded at that.
Now, how did it feel when you stepped out on the stage for your first rehearsal for your talent? Where, you were in the dance studio before, you had been, at the Mohegan Sun Cabaret, before. How did it feel stepping out into the actual venue, light shining on you, and all the empty seats sitting before you?
I honestly didn't view it as something that was different, and I kind of think that put me at an advantage in a way, because this is something that I've done my entire life. I've had to get used to different stages and performing for different crowds and different people, because I grew up competitively dancing and performing for various audiences, whether it was fundraising events, charity events, things like that. So I do feel as though, I went on stage like it was any other time, and so I didn't let the nerves get the best of me, but it was exhilarating getting to perform on the Miss America stage, so I'm proud of that accomplishment.
Now, who was your roommate or roommates while you were there, and how was it, rooming with her? I'm gonna guess you guys became friends.
I am so glad you asked this question, because my roommate was Miss Delaware. Her name's Emily Beal, and she made my entire experience just that much better, because we were able to go back to our room every night and just enjoy the peace and quiet. We were very calm, and a lot of the girls that came into our rooms kind of stopped at the threshold of the door and they said, wow, the vibes in here are just so good, and we were so proud of that. So rooming with her was such a treat. It was a pleasure. I know some people don't have great roommate situations, but I do think that she'll be a friend for life.
So you've been in contact since?
Oh yeah, and we spent a lot of time together when we were in Colorado, and I just found out she's moving actually, so she won't be in Delaware, which is a bit closer by. She's moving to take a new job, but I can't help but feel just so excited for her, and be able to empower each other in our careers and our lives after Miss America, I think is such an integral part of this role as a state title holder and as someone who goes to Miss America. The whole purpose of this program is to empower one another and empower women, and I do feel as though we do just that.
Okay. Now, you were talking about all the activities that you did in Orlando. What kinds of things did you do while you were down there?
Oh my goodness, we went to the Islands of Adventure at Universal Studios, which was really exciting because it was just really an opportunity for all of the girls and women participating to bond with one another, and that is such an important part of this. But we also got to have a Go Red Gala for the Go Red for Women initiative with the American Heart Association, and we did a fashion show modeling Giovanni gowns, which was really exciting. My goodness, what else did we do? We had a tea party with our little sisters, so I got to crown a couple of my little sisters, which was really exciting, and it's just an opportunity to bring young girls and young women into this organization and be able to introduce them to all of the possibilities that lie within.
Now, jetting ahead 30 years from now, let's say you've got a daughter of the age to enter the competition, what would you tell her are your fondest memories of this time?
The friendships, the sisterhood, being able to work on and hone transferable life skills. I feel prepared now more than ever to go back into corporate America because there's something to be said about the interview techniques and how it just prepares you for life in a very different way than really any other sport can. And I really just cherish the friendships that I've made, and I know that, the women that I competed with, sure, we were competing with each other like a month and a half ago, but these are women that will likely be in my wedding and be invited to my bachelorette party and things like that. So it's just really special to have those kinds of friendships and just be able to support one another.
Now, the question may have been asked by the judges. Why is Miss America still relevant?
I believe something that I just said, the transferable life skills that you gain, being able to interview, public speak, knowing how to fundraise and manage your time effectively, I think are all really, really important skills. But more than that, it's empowering to women, and that is something that we all need to do. Women need to empower women, men need to empower women, and vice versa. And I think it definitely sets young women up for success, whether their career is something in finance like myself, or they want to go on and become a professional dancer. Those are two very different worlds, and two of my worlds actually, but you get prepared in very different ways, and you just get to feel that support and feel that welcoming, warm energy surrounding you.
My next class of Miss Connecticut is signing up, and probably the deadline will pass by this comes out. You're sitting in front of them and you have to give them an elevator pitch on why they made a good decision on doing this. What would you tell them?
I would tell them that this is the best decision you could possibly make because of all of the possibilities that lie within. You can do so much for the crown, and the crown can do so much for you, but you get out of it exactly what you put in. And I would just encourage them to be authentically themselves. And I have had a couple conversations with some of the girls and have been opening myself up to answer some questions and just kind of know what they want to get out of this experience, because truly the purpose of this role is to set the next Miss Connecticut up for success, and not only just the girl, that you're crowning your successor, but you want to create longevity for this program, and how can you best do that? So I think as much as you want to receive from this program, you have to give it back.